Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the NASCAR 5 Career Mode, where we are looking at our Xfinity Series results from the Texas Motor Speedway, where Sheldon Creed got his second win of the Xfinity Series season, further cementing himself as one of the championship favorites this season. Connor Zilisch, another strong run, coming home in second. Noah Gragson third, Roger Carruth fourth, Cole Custer rounds out the top five. And how about another good run for Connor Mosack in sixth, and Justin Allgaier, AJ Allmendinger, Jesse Love, and Christian Eckes, the top 10 here at Texas Motor Speedway. Solid top 15s from Retzloff, Ryan Sieg, Kligerman, and Sammy Smith. Taylor Gray ends up in 16th, Carson Quaffle down in 18th. RAI brought it all the way home in 33rd, a very tough race for the AI there. Then Alfredo in 34th, and Haley Deegan comes home in 35th. So Sheldon Creed, two-time Xfinity winner this season, gets it done at Texas. Now you see the updated Xfinity playoff grid. So Xfinity playoff grid, of course, only multi-time winner being Sheldon Creed. 2 wins for himself, gets in. Jesse Love has a win. He's comfortably in, as well as, of course, Connor Zilisch, Carson Quaffle, Sammy Smith, and then myself, technically, in the Xfinity playoffs, but not really, because we're not running the full season. Then you got Cole Custer, Noah Gragson, pretty comfortably in on points right now, as well as Justin Allgaier, Rajah Carruth, and the 19th, Joker's number 19, still above the cut line there with Tanner Gray, and then Christian Eckes on that bubble with Kligerman out by 12, Allmendinger out by 13, Retzloff, Taylor Gray, Mosack, first couple guys below that cut line. So the Xfinity moving to Talladega the next episode. Should certainly be entertaining to see that one. So Creed gets done in Texas, and now we're going to head to the Martinsville Speedway for the NASCAR Cup Series Xfinity 500 and race number 8, I believe, of the season, where, of course, we are coming off that huge win at Mid-Ohio after the shocking Chris Buescher flat tire, that late race drama that got us the victory, outdueling the Hendrick cars of Larson and Elliott. Today's stories of the race. Eric Jones was pretty fast in practice. Guess who's on pole? Kyle Larson again, going to be a factor for the win, not surprised. And then Tyler Reddick, failed tech inspection. We starting at the rear in that number 45 Toyota for 2011 Racing, has his work cut out for him if he wants to be in contention today. So we're going to get underway here in the paperclip. We are from 23rd. We begin this race on the inside of Ryan Blaney, right behind Eric Jones and Denny Hamlin, as we're green here in Martinsville, trying to get back-to-back race victories here. So we get underneath Eric Jones and Hamlin, go 3 wide by both of them into 21st. Now we're to the inside of Bubba Wallace for 20th, trying to catch up to Brad Keselowski and Josh Berry up ahead in 18th and 19th place. Now we dive underneath Keselowski. Berry with that new overstock paint scheme just got in the game. So we get by Josh Berry, Brad Keselowski. Now chasing down John Hunter Nemechek and William Byron, P16 and P17. As we send it down through 1 and 2, we get by John Hunter, moving to 17th. Now trying to get after William Byron for 16th. And then he's there with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So we're side by side with these guys. We go to the outside of 24. Not quite going to get there. Blade door inside. Stocking up. We go to the inside of Stenhouse, making an aggressive dive there. Decided to think better of it. No, we full commit to it. We said it in there. Give Byron a shot. 3 wide with him and Stenhouse. Make it work through 1 and 2. What a drive off the corner. We got it. We bounced off the wall a little bit, but still, we've now driven up into the top 15. Now we're on the outside of Todd Gilliland and the 13 of Derek Kraus. Had a really strong qualifying effort. Now we're getting swallowed up by the pack. Now we're in 14th, battling Byron and Gilliland. I decide to commit once. Actually, I decommit from sending it in. Managed to stay off Gilliland's back bumper, cross him over to the inside here next to the 2, moving to 14th, or at least try to. We're still going to be side by side down the back straightaway. Now we'll clear Todd Gilliland for 14th place and start slicing out by William Byron for 13th, as Kyle Larson leads the way early in Martinsville. Now we're going by Kyle Busch for 13th a few laps later, so we go by Busch, take that position. Now we're going by Chris Buescher. A couple laps after that. Now into 12th as we get around Buescher. Starts down. How about Carson Hocevar running 11th, having a great run in that Spire Chevrolet today here in Martinsville. Now we go after Hocevar, dive to the inside of Carson. Move him up just a little bit up the racetrack. Send it through 1 and 2. A little bit of contact. Can't quite clear Carson Hocevar right there. Didn't quite have the momentum we needed. Now back into 3 and 4. We dive to the inside of Carson. Get the momentum through the center of the corner. Clear Hocevar. Now we're 1 spot short of stage points. He's going to go past Joey Logano for 10th. We make a little bit of contact here through 3 and 4 underneath Joey. Get around him. We get loose there. We hang on to it. Fighting for 10th place here with Logano. 19 to go in stage 1. Can we clear Logano into 1 and 2? Yes, we can. Now the inside of the 24. Byron for 9th. A little bit of contact right there between myself and the 24. Byron holds on to that position. Now a few laps there. Back inside of William Byron once again. Still fighting for 9th. Got Chase Elliott right up front here in 8th. Chastain said we get underneath William Byron and almost right underneath the quarter panel of Chase Elliott. Good run through the corner. Second to go in stage 1. Now we clear Byron. Drive underneath Chase Elliott. go by him and chase down Ross Chastain for the 7th position here at Martinsville. As he's right in front of us, we're trying to get by him and we were behind, diving underneath the 1 of Chastain into 1, 3, and 4 we go. We go by our teammate, now the best Trackhouse car in the field, in 7th. Next up, Christopher Bell and Chandler Smith, the JGR duo, for 5th and 6th. We hit the curb right there, bounced into the bumper of the 20, trying to cross him over, and we'll be side by side next to the 2 here, myself and Bell for 6th. So into 3 and 4, we go by the 20, it takes 6 from Christopher Bell. Now right to the inside of the 18, Chandler Smith for 5th, a little bit of contact there, not quite able to make the move on him. Now 14 laps left in the stage. We go underneath Chandler to move into this 5th spot with a huge stint next to the turn 2. We barely clear Chandler Smith right there. We take that position. Now we dive underneath Michael McDowell with 13 to go in stage 1. Move into 4th place, a little bit of contact. We basically use him almost as a clearing device right there to get into 4th. Now dive bomb Ty Gibbs to get by him, and I believe that's Cole Custer, the lap car, for 3rd, which we do. A few laps later, Larson and Bowman, the 2 leaders, stuck up in lap traffic. Now I'm underneath Larson. Him and Bowman are both on the outside lane behind Corey Heim. I'm here on the inside behind Daniel Heinrich, trying to find my way forward. 60 on stage 1. We dive underneath the 31, shove him up into the 48, and we take the lead away here at Martinsville from Bowman and Larson. Now about to lap SVG in the 16. Now on the last lap of stage 1, we still have the race lead by just a little under a second over Kyle Larson. Got Hamlin and Bubba Wallace blocking our path in front of us, trying to stay on the lead lap. Chase Briscoe as well on the inside, trying to race his way back in. So through 3 and 4 here. Of course, Briscoe 22nd. We're doing great. We got the stage win in the bag. We decided to let Briscoe back on the other end of the corner, and we will come through to win stage 1 here in Martinsville. Get ourselves a solid stage win, our playoff point, and 10 stage points to the total. That's certainly going to help us for sure with our regular season championship bid. Larson 2nd, Bowman, Gibbs, Chastain in the top 5, then Byron, McDowell, Hocevar, Elliott, and Bell the top 10. So we win stage 1 over Kyle Larson at Martinsville. Now we begin stage 2 on the outside of Alex Bowman on the restart. We beat us off a pit road. We'll be about similar length, 30-lap stage here. We try to go the outside, but Larson fills that hole right behind Bowman, and we get shoved out of the groove. Have to settle in line in 3rd behind the 5 and the 48. Now there's another caution that brings us to this restart where we're behind Bowman and Larson still in 3rd place. 17 to go in stage 2. We gotta try to find a way by them on this restart. Got Chastain on our outside who will clear. Now we're going after Kyle Larson for 2nd on next to the turn 2, trying to make that pass. Can't quite do it. Fall back in line in 3rd. Now we send it here in 3 and 4 underneath the 5. Really trying to take 2nd away from Kyle Larson. Big run next to the turn 4. Can't quite take the position. Still side by side with Larson with 16 to go in the 2nd stage of racing, but through 1 and 2 we are going to clear Kyle Larson and take 2nd place here at Martinsville, only behind the 48 of Bowman. Now 11 to go in stage 2. A while later, Joy Logano gets into us. The 22 gets into us completely, moves us out of the line, goes into 2nd, lets Larson come through into 3rd. Now we're down to 4th with William Byron on our heels here. So we're on the outside, trying to make it work on the outside of Larson here, but I can't believe Logano just shut us out of the way. Now big checkup by Logano and Bowman. Looks like Ty gives one time crash. I try to split the gap, and he turns right into me. Hard in the wall we go. We crash in front of Zane Smith and Sheldon Creed, caused a huge stack up. Cars slamming into cars left and right here at Martinsville. All sorts of issues. We are now stuck, pinned against the wall, trying to get out. We turn in front of Stenhouse to try to escape this absolute mess over here. End up slamming to the inside wall, and NASCAR will finally throw the cautions. We almost get lapped right there. And now on the restart, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at my phone when the restart happened. I wasn't even paying attention to that, so I accidentally drive into Sam Mayer in turn 3 there. So my apologies to Sam and that JR Motorsports team. Definitely not what I meant to do right there. So big apologies to them there. Now we're trying to get by Josh Berry for 22nd on this restart. Of course, we had to pit for repairs. Lost all of our track position here in the closing laps of stage 2. Pretty much put us at a huge disadvantage. Very unlikely for us to get stage points. So we're trying to get some track position back as we work by the inside of Derek Krause for 21st. Only 6 laps left in the stage. Bowman looks like he's going to win the stage here. Of course, he won at Sonoma, stealing that one from us on strategy. So he wants to add as many playoff points as he can to his total, as we're working the outside of the 45 of Reddick here, as well as Gillen. 3 wide, almost into the wall. We somehow keep it off the wall, make it work. Dive to the outside here, try to get by Keselowski and Larson here in the closing laps of the stage, giving Larson a shot. Just trying to find whatever positions we can here. We let Gillen go by, cross him over here into 3 and 4 to move into 19th place. We can stay right on that inside by the curb. Clear Todd going to 19th now. Have to find a way by Keselowski and Larson. So 3 to go in the stage. We forced ourselves underneath Brad Keselowski right there. Now trying to get by Kyle Larson. You know, we were fighting for the 2nd place there late in the stage before that caution, that crash happened. And now We're reeling to both outside the top 15, trying to work our way forward. So he's just got back into the top 15, going by Wallace and now Christopher Bell. 2 to go in stage 2 now. We try to get by Christopher and find a way by the 8 of Kyle Busch for 14th. We get our way underneath the 8 of Kyle Busch right there. Can't quite do it. Christopher Bell gets back to our outside and make sure to give him some room. So now we dive underneath Kyle into 3 and 4. Send it by Busch and clear Kyle Busch for 14th here at Martinsville on the last lap of stage 2. Alex Bowman will get the stage 2 victory here at Martinsville. And sadly, after winning stage 1, we'll earn no stage points after that crash. So Bowman the stage winner, Logano, Byron, Chandler Smith, and Chastain the top 5. Hocevar, more good points for him in 6th, and Elliott, Briscoe, McDowell, Hamlin the top 10 as Bowman wins stage 2 after we took care of business in stage 1. And now we're back on our way. The final stage of racing, we start back here in 20th, all the way back here with Ross Chastain. Once again, it was a split field coming down pit road. Most of us at the back here, myself, Bowman, Chastain, we all came down to get tires and fuel. Everyone else in front of us, like Kraus, Heim, and everyone in front of them stayed out. Hoping that their tires, because there wasn't much wear on the tires, can last long enough that they can hold us off. So we're getting physical. He's punted Corey Heim out of the way. Bustled him and Keselowski up into 15th we go. Now trying to find a way by the 38 of Todd Gilliland for 14th. As we work our way through turns 1 and 2. So that's what we'll do. We'll clear Gilliland, take 14th. Now start sights on the 2311 Racing duo of Wallace and Reddick, who's made his way up from the back of the field to 12th now. But now we're back on the inside. A little bit of contact right there. He hangs on to that position. But we send it back underneath him here in the 3 and 4s. He's starting to work the outside of Kyle Busch as I'm working the inside of him here. Kyle Busch makes him check up, exactly what I needed right there to take this 12th spot. 54 to go. Now I dive underneath Kyle Busch into turn 1. Very minimal contact. We send it through the bottom of the corner, 3 wide, clear Kyle and oh, the big lift right there. So we would have slammed the wall. Trying to get by Kyle Busch. That was the 8 back by us. We do an insane crossover right there on Kyle Busch somehow without hitting a single car, and we take 11th place. Now 53 laps to go. A few laps later, trying to chase down Chase Briscoe, but here comes Reddick to our inside, which is okay. We'll let Reddick right by to our inside, trying to have a fair battle here. Logano takes the lead. So I hit the brakes, do that once again. The same crossover I did on Kyle Busch. This time I make kind of the wreck, and then Josh Berry somehow just sends it underneath us. No respect, moves out of the way into the 45. I'm a bit frustrated the way Josh Berry racing right there. So I go in the corner and I slam Josh Berry straight out, punt him deep into turn 1 and 2, get him all jacked up sideways. Exit turn 2, I turn left directly into Josh Berry, trying to hook him. He slams me back into Reddick, who's an innocent bystander, and I punt Josh Berry once again, completely wrecked Josh Berry into 3 and 4. No doubt about it. That was some absolute payback right there. NASCAR is not going to be happy. So 51 to go. Caution out as we completely dump Josh Berry. Now we're restarting here in 27th. Trying to get by the inside of Chase Elliott and Ricky Stenhouse to get back in the top 25. So you have to get, of course, damage repair. And now we have fresher tires here with 48 laps to go than the entire field. Let's go by Bowman and Keselowski back into 21st now. Trying to get by Larson and Chastain to break into this top 20. As that was a disastrous turn of events right there with the whole Josh Berry fiasco. That was just some short track tempers boiling over. I mean, what do you expect? It's Martinsville. Eventually there's going to be some guys punting each other in the corner. Now he died to the inside of Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin. Trying to find our way by the 67 of Corey Heim. We get by him. Now dive to the inside of Busch and Bubba Wallace. 3 wide pass for 15 through 3 and 4. We make that work. Keep on trucking forwards. And next up, John Hunter Nemechek in 14th with 46 laps to go. So we easily dive right underneath John Hunter through 1 and 2. Make this pass, a little bit of a shot to Tyler Reddick, but we do secure 14th here. Now to try to get by Reddick and Chris Buescher in the 3 and 4. So we absolutely dive bomb, and I mean an atrocious dive bomb right there. Right by Reddick and Buescher, going to 12th, and there's Josh Berry. We slammed doors on the exit turn 4 to show that we're still a little bit frustrated. I didn't appreciate the way he raced me earlier, but now we just forget about him, so we're faster than that scrub. So we go by him and Todd Gillen, moving to 10th, into the top 10, and set our sights on moving forward. Going by Michael McDowell, who we once again sent an ungodly dive bomb into turn 3 to make the pass on, which works beautifully for us. Into 9th we go. A couple laps later, underneath Carson Hocevar. Now into 8th we go, going by Carson. Next up is Christopher Bell for our next pass on the list. See if we can get by him here with 43 to go. So we'll dive underneath Christopher, make that pass no problem. Take 7th away, and now start sights on Ryan Blaney in 6th, and Chandler Smith, who's the back end of the top 5. So now we dive underneath Ryan Blaney through 3 and 4. Tiny little bit of contact, but we clear Blaney on exit of 4. Secure 6 now as our tire advantage really coming in handy here in this final stage as we go by the 18 of Chandler Smith for 5th place here through 1 and 2. Great run through the corner, clear him, and down to P5 we go. A few laps there. Continue to Chase Briscoe sideways there for fourth. He wheels. There's smoke up ahead problem. Somebody's having an issue. I believe that's a 38 Todd Gillen. The tire is flat, so I use the curb and somehow find a way by Gillen and Chase Briscoe by riding the curb there. Into fourth we go. Now a few laps later, we're diving underneath the 43 of Eric Jones for third. We make that pass, secure third place. Now have to find a way by William Byron and Joey Logano. Now more smoke up ahead. Someone else has a problem as we dive into 3-4. Caution! And that's Zane Smith up in the air, slamming the inside wall. Another tire failure. Caution is out. And we have a horrendous restart on the outside of Joey Logano. Because you saw at the end of that caution period, we bumped into William Byron. The way Heat 5 works, if you do that under caution, it's going to kill your restart speed. So lo and behold, that's happened to us now as we fell all the way down to fourth and have to fight back now as we dive underneath Chandler Smith for third place, which we do successfully. We take third away from Chandler, have to find a way by Chase Elliott and Joey Logano. So 24 laps to go. We dive on the inside of the 9 of Chase Elliott. Now a little bit of contact there, mostly clean. We clear Chase Elliott through 1 and 2 and are into second place at Martinsville in the late stages. Now a few laps later, here comes Kyle Larson in third, trying to find a way by. He gets underneath a little bit of contact. He almost turns us around here. We're making a ton of contact down the straightaway. We're slamming each other all the way down. Larson completely sideways. Big slide. He somehow saves it. Keeps it underneath him and goes underneath us to move into second here. And we crowd him all the way down to the apron here. I try to break to fit in behind him. We end up slamming into the 5. Big contact going to 3 and 4. He takes second away. We have to settle for third. Have to find a way back by Kyle Larson after some very physical racing here in Martinsville. So I just give Larson a huge shot. Just punt him all the way into 1 and 2 and go 3 wide. Go by him and Joey Logano. 3 for 1 here as Larson had to check up in the middle as he got squeezed. And now we go by Joey Logano with the help of the lap car Derek Kraus to take the lead at Martinsville for the first time since we won the opening stage of the race with just 15 to go. Now just down to 7 to go. We're still leading, but here comes the 5 of Kyle Larson underneath us for second. Larson trying to take the win away. Me and him were 1-2 last week. We'll be 1-2 once again. We're really pinching him down in the corner, really trying to crowd him out of room. But Larson clears us. He takes the lead. Could that be the race right there? We slide, somehow save it. Now we've caught back up to Larson. Thanks Daniel Hubbard, Corey, where you absolutely make an I don't even know, abnormal abomination of ascend right there in the 3 and 4. Completely punt LaJoy. Use up Hemrick and Larson and take the lead back. Now white flag is in the air. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank. We have a 7/10 of a second lead over Kyle Larson. We pretty much have this win in the bag unless something stupid happens here in the final corner. I think we are going to be back-to-back winners in the Cup Series at Mid-Ohio Martinsville as we go through 3 and 4 the final time. We got a bit of a slide. Go way too loose. Change the camera view into the wall. There goes Larson. He goes by as we spin across the line and absolutely choke the win away in hilarious fashion as Kyle Larson steals the win on the last corner as we go sliding and spinning and crashing and come home in second in heartbreaking stupidity, choking fashion, whatever you want to call it. That was embarrassing. I mean, oh my God, that was probably the worst thing I've ever done, trying to bring home a win in my career right there. So we come home second. Denny Hamlin's up third. Blaney fourth. Byron is on the top 5. Bowman, Elliott, Logano, Jones, and how about Carson Hosar, the strong top 10 day, earning stage points in both stages. Christopher Bell comes home 11th. Chandler Smith 13th. Chastain ended up down 14th. Josh Berry ended up 15th after all the incidents we were involved in with him. Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch 24th, 25th. Not the finishes those guys were looking for. And a real tough break for Zane Smith and Ty Gibbs down there. Zane Smith in 37th and Ty Gibbs DNFs in dead last after being strong in stage 1. But Larson steals one in Martinsville. See the ramifications of that in the point standings, where of course he's locked in the playoffs. We luckily still have a 22-point lead over Christopher Bell, coming home in second, earning a ton of stage points. Then Byron's third in the points. Blaney and Bowman around the top 5 in the point standings. Then Logano, Chandler Smith, Hamlin, Gibbs, and Larson, your current top 10 in the point standings, as we got lucky that we got all those points. And then Buescher, Reddick, Chastain, Berry, Keselowski, Elliott, who's climbed his way all the way back up down to the last spot in the playoffs. What an effort from Chase Elliott. Currently in the playoffs with Kyle Busch, Michael McDowell, SVG, and that colleague number 13 car. The first 4 guys just below that playoff bubble as we go into Texas next episode. So below them, Corey Heim, very strong start to the year, 21st in points now. Still some guys struggling down here. I mean, look at Bubba Wallace, still 32nd in points. Nemechek 33rd. These are playoff contenders that are struggling here, but we maintain the points lead. Now the updated playoff grid. We, of course, are comfortably at the top. 2 wins safely in the playoffs. Blaney Bowman, Logano, Hamlin, and Keselowski being joined now by Kyle Larson as our 7th different winner through 8 races this season, all in the playoffs with victories. So pretty even split between Chevy and Ford, and then with the 1 win by Toyota. Then the guys comfortably in the playoffs on points right now: Christopher Bell, William Byron, Chandler Smith, Ty Gibbs looking pretty strong, especially for Chandler Smith. I mean, really impressive from him. Busher, Reddick, Chastain, Josh Berry, and Chase Elliott has the final spot by just 5 points over Kyle Busch. You got Kraus, McDowell, SVG, and Corey Hine just below that cut line. So until the next episode at Texas Motor Speedway, I hope you all have a good one.